This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh. Verse 14, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Verse 15, and the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, Barak Atah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp, and the reason why I brought out Revelation chapter 9, verse 13 through 15, is because I came across an article, all right, which reads, Russians killed in clash with U.S.-led forces in Syria, says associates. All right, and this is Reuters, and this came out today, February 12th. All right, and what's so paramount about that is that when you read this article, okay, the Russians were killed in the Del Azor province. All right, and the Euphrates River goes right through the Del Azor province, fulfilling prophecy, man. All right. And that's why this third world war is about to happen in the Middle East. All right. The war of Armageddon, because these angels are stirring up these nations, okay, where the Euphrates River is at, where they're located at, okay, to get these nations to go to battle, mainly of the two main nations, America and Russia. All right. So let me read this article because this is heavy, man. All right. And this should, okay, put fear in you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't want to come to this truth. You don't have much time, all right, to dance around in America, all right? The Russians, okay, it's being reported now that Russians have been killed by U.S.-led coalition, meaning the United States is responsible for killing Russians, all right? The article goes on like this. The Russian fighters were among those killed when U.S.-led coalition forces clashed with pro-government forces in Syria this month. Former associates of the dead said on Monday. All right. So why did this happen? Is going to explain. As a U.S. official has said, more than 100 fighters aligned with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad died when coalition and local coalition-backed forces thwarted a large attack overnight on February 7th. Right. And that goes to show you, man, that last week when the Americans were talking about, oh, they had to attack, okay, pro-government forces, which is really Assad's military, all right, they were also attacking Russians, all right, and now it's coming out that they killed Russians, all right, so America has laid the first strike on Russia, all right, which is so prophetic because it's going to cause Russia to attack, man, all right, and we're going to get into it because Russia's being forced, okay, into the fight, man, and that's the Lord stirring up these Medes, all right. Let me continue on. I'm going to jump to the point. But at least 2 Russian men fighting informally with pro-government forces were killed in the incident in Deir el-Zor province, their associates told Reuters on Monday. Right, in Deir el-Zor province, all right, that city, the Euphrates River runs right through it, right there, man. You can Google map it, man. All right, so that's prophetic, man. Remember, this book was the book of Revelation. All right, it was written 2,000 years ago. Now you're seeing it. All right, now we're going to get to the Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And this is them being prepared, man. Prepare for what? Prepare for war. All right? Because war is coming. All right? War is coming. You Americans, man, you done got pushed. All right? You done pushed and you done attacked these Russians, man. And now these Russians are going to have to act. And don't think they won't, because I'm going to continue this article. Already you're having certain political factions within the Russian country saying hey, one of our comrades was killed. Watch what this says in the article. This is by Reuters, by the way. All right, once again. And Reuters is owned by the Rothschilds. All right, this is one of the oldest news agencies, okay, within media, man. Reuters was created in the 1800s. Okay, you can look it up. One of the dead was named as Vladimir Loganov, a Cossack from Russia's Kaliningrad exclave. Maxim Boga, a leader of the Cossack community there, said Loganov had been killed around February 7th, along with dozens of other Russian fighters. So boom, all right? You're having one of, okay, Russia's political sects, like, hey, yeah, one of our comrades got killed. One of our fellow brethren got killed, all right? And that's stirring up these Medes. The other man killed was named as Krillel, all right, and an Eve, not yet, stirring up the Medes as well as preparing the kings of the East, all right? Described as radical Russian nationalists. Alexander Averin, a spokesman for the Nationalist Party he was linked to, told Reuters Eve had been killed in shelling in the same fighting on February 7th. So that's two different political, okay, sectors within the Russian country, all right, saying one of their comrades got killed, all right? So what is that doing? That's spreading, hey, man, these Americans are attacking our citizens, our people, man. We got to do something about it. Watch this. Reuters was unable to independently confirm either man's death, and that's just them being the devil, trying to play both sides. But here's the point I'm getting at. Grigory Yavlinsky, a veteran liberal politician who is running for president in elections next month, called on President Vladimir Putin to disclose how many Russians had been killed in Syria and what circumstances. Right, man? And that's another political sect within the Russian country. So that's three political parties, okay, within the Russian government, within the Russian country, okay, saying, hey, man, our brethren got killed, our people got killed, and hey, Putin, what are you going to do about it? All right? All right? You should make a public announcement about this. So that's forcing Russia, okay? That's forcing Ezekiel 38. You can read it, all right? Also, Isaiah 13, the Medes are being stirred up, all right? First, it goes on and quote, if there was a large-scale loss of life of Russian citizens, the relevant officials, including the commander-in-chief of our armed forces, Putin, are obliged to tell the country about it and decide who carries responsibility for this, Yavlinsky said in a statement released by his Yabloko party. Right, man? So, hey, who carried those responsibilities? America. And that's preparing the kings of the East to go fight the Babylon America, all right? Because the Russians are going to spearhead it, all right, according to prophecy. And that's what we're living in. That's why we here at Great Millstone, all right, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim El-Shai. We have the truth, man, all right? And we are, okay, all about prophecy. That's why Apostle Har made that decree, 2018 prophecy. You're seeing it. Russians killed by Americans, American military, the U.S.-led coalition, all right? We are here, all right? The last days, all right? So now we're going to get, okay, deeper now, because for you secular, non-believing Bible maggots out there, I got some a source to prove. Okay, you want to know why the American military is in Del Azor, where they just killed them Russians? Okay, do you want to know why they're over there? All right, for you maggots that don't believe in the Bible, you atheists, and you 2/3 that don't even want to come back to the Lord. Why are the Americans over there in let me pronounce it because I don't want to jack up. In the Deir el-Zor province. Why are they over there? This is from NPR News, all right? And NPR is a Western media. It's not the Eastern, it's a Western media, all right? So this is Western media. That's why the scripture says their own tongue shall fall upon them. It goes on and says, why the race to oust ISIS from Deir ez-Zor in Syria may present new dangers. Right, because the reasoning why, all right, America is over there, according to the propaganda media, they're claiming, okay, that they're there to fight ISIS. But is that true? All right? No, it's not. All right? But they're saying that's the reason why they're over there. All right? They're saying that they're supposed to be fighting out ISIS. But that's why this article, NPR, is cutting that. All right? Because it said it's going to present new dangers. Why is that? All right? Syrian government troops and allied militias. All right? You can also put in Russia, because you got Russians that got killed. All right? And this article came out last year, September 20, 2017. All right? Oh, and by the way, this Russian killed in clash with U.S.-led forces in Syria by the Reuters, this article came out today, February 12, 2018, all right? So, and I'll post all these articles in the description box so you can read it for yourself, all right? So back to the point, why are the Americans over there for you non-believing Bible retards, all right? Okay, especially our people, you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans who make up the 12 tribes, all right? You don't want to get with the Lord? No problem, all right? But guess what? The reason why the Americans are there is not to fight ISIS, all right? Here's the reason why. Syrian government troops and allied militias, as well as Russia, are locked in a race against rebels backed by the United States, all right? For control of Deir ez-Zor, all right? And that's where the Euphrates River runs through, the Deir ez-Zor province. And oil-rich province. Let me back up and read that again. Maybe you didn't hear. Syrian government troops and allied militias and Russia are locked in a race against rebels backed by the United States for control of Deir ez-Zor, an oil-rich province. That's the reason why America's over there. Because they want that oil. They want those resources. All right? Because, hey, these so-called white people, man, these Edomites ain't right, man, all right? They want the resources of all the world, man, and they're going to make sure that your children go fight in that Third World War. That's why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans don't join the military. Get out. Get out now, all right? They just killed these Russians, man. Russia's going to have to turn up. Continue on with this article. An oil-rich province that will give whoever governs it greater influence in the country's wider civil war. Right, to control the oil. All right? They want that oil. That's why America's in there. All right? Because the American military are just jackals and mercenaries for the elite. All right? So now let's get to Habakkuk. All right? Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Right? And that's the so-called white man. That's these Edomites, mainly here in America. Their soul, okay, that is lifted up is not right in him, all right? They're out there fighting these wars, all right? Not for terrorism, for oil, for greed, for money, man, blood money, all right? For control over resources, all right? That's the reason why they're over there. And the American military, okay, are out there just being used as pawns. Those are the low-level ones, all right? So if you're in the United States military, all right, get ready to go fight the Russians, all right? Because your elite, they're using you to try to take that oil. And guess what? Russia's not having it. Assad's not having it. Iran's not having it. China's not having it. All right? Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Right? And that's the so-called white man. His greed, okay, his warmongering campaign, it ain't upright in him. All right? All right, because you so-called white, you were created to be the sword on the earth, and all you know how to do is kill, destroy, okay, and leave destruction, man. All right, and leave pain and sorrow, Salakia. Leave pain and sorrow. That's all you so-called white people know how to do. You Edomites. But the just shall live by his faith. Right, and we're living by our faith, man. Well, by reading these articles, all right, by seeing Russians killed in clash with U.S.-led forces in Syria. All right, it's showing that, yeah, man, all right, we're close to the end. We know that these Edomites are going to go fight in this Third World War. The third part of war are going to be killed, all right, in this Third World War because they all they know how to do is steal, rob, and kill. They ain't right, all right? And that gives us faith to know that, hey, we know they're the biblical Edomites, all right? We know they have to fulfill prophecy by going into this Third World War, all right? And we know that they have to shoot nukes at each other, all right? And that's us living by faith. And by reading these articles and filtering through the scriptures, okay, we're living by faith, man, through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Salakia, all right? And that's why the Apostle Great Millstone, okay, they're the ones bringing out this truth and sincerity, and they said, we are living in prophecy, okay, it's time, okay, to be about prophecy, man, all right? We're the only, okay, camp doing this, Great Millstone, all right? So the just shall live by faith. Verse 5, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Right, man, you so-called, you're proud. You can never keep at home. That's the reason why you have your military bases. Okay, which bases? Which country on earth has their military bases in almost every country in the world? America. Because you're a proud bunch of maggots, man, all right? And for that pride, you're going to go fight the Russians, man, who are going to clean your clock, man, all right? Because you can't keep at home. You couldn't, first of all, let's start out with your track record. During the time of Christopher Columbus, all right, you left Europe and you had to come over here and rob, steal, and kill for these lands, all right? All right? That's okay. And in that time, for 600 years, all you knew how to do is rob and kill and take people's lands, take people's resources, all right? That's what you've been doing, man, all right? You cannot keep at home. That's you so-called white people. That's why this third world war is going to happen and you're going to be, okay, destroyed, man. A lot of y'all. And the ones that survive, well, like we always say, man, get ready for slavery. All right? But that's the reason why, man. All right, you can see America's military is the prime example of them not keeping at home. All right? And they're proud. All right? And they want to push their philosophy, their agenda on all these nations. To a point now, hey, you got war happening right in the Euphrates River. And that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai, because he's stirring these angels. He's making sure these angels are stirring up this third world war to end your ruling empire, you so-called white people, you Edomites, all right? Who enlarges the desire as hell and is as death. Right, you so-called white people, you're death, man. Everywhere you do, you bring death, man. All right, you people are the harbinger of death, all right? And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself, unto him, all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right, man. And America's a prime example. All right, going into people's countries, taking their resources, putting their military base there. All right, you gather all peoples onto yourself, but that's going to be your own detriment, man. That's going to be your own demise. All right. Verse 6: shall not all these take up a parable against him? Excuse me. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, right, man, this is a dark saying, because by y'all doing that, man, all right, you've created, okay, your own destruction, man, by you stealing resources, by you taking what wasn't yours, all right, this, you didn't think that this was going to come back and bite you, all right. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right. Woe to you so-called white people, you Edomites, mainly here in America, that increase which is not yours, man. Meaning death and destruction. Because by you killing these Russians, man, these Russians are now being forced, okay, to rise up. The spirit of the Medes shall be rised up, man. All right. And you increased. And now it's to a point where you're now over there in the Middle East and you're trying to get that rich oil in the Del Azor, okay? Keep messing up this name, Salakia. In the Deir el-Zor province, which is the oil-rich, okay, place, and you don't kill Russians, all right? So death and destruction, because now the Russians are going to have to retaliate, all right? We're living in prophecy. This is beautiful news, man, all right? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? You out there, okay, putting all your money, billions and billions right now, Red Man Donald Trump, done signed off on another, what was it, 600, 700 billion, you know, that's the number they say, all into defense, all right? You laden yourself, okay, with a lot of debt because of that. A lot of debt, all right? And that's going to be your demise because, all right, eventually you can't continue to spend money, man, that you don't have. It's going to be, okay, taken away, all right? And that's going to be your own demise, man, because you're not going to be able to afford all these wars, and then you're going to be, okay, eradicated because of it, man. That's why America is going to be destroyed, all right? Verse 7, Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Right, man. All these nations you invaded and put your military base in, they're gonna turn against you, man. Especially, man. Okay, those that are gonna when they see Slovakia, when they see Russia going full throttle on you and start and retaliating for what you did, they're gonna, all these nations, Iran, China, what's it called, Syria, even Saudi Arabia, all these nations are going to turn against you, man. All right, even Europe, because the scripture says the beast shall hate the whore. All right, also Turkey. All right, because of what you've been doing, man. And when they see basically what's going to happen is that when they see Russia spanking your ass, they're going to be like, yo, America's weak. America can't fight the Russians. Hell, let's you know, I'm tired of these Americans too, man. Let's start jacking them up as well. All right, and that's the times that we're living in. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations. See, that's the reason why. Because all these nations know you fucked them, all right? And so now they're going to turn against you for screwing them, all right? Taking their resources, putting your puppet politicians, all right? These nations are going to turn against you, all right? Putting puppet politicians like you into their country, that their interest is backed by America. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Right, man? Because of violence in the land, all right? You've been America, you have spewed nothing but violence. So you're going to be taken out because of it, all right? And you have spilled, okay, millions and millions of people's blood. And now you done spilled Russian blood. And that's going to really make things interesting, all right? We live in a time of prophecy. So yeah, so that's it on that. Let's get to Isaiah 13. I'm going to close out because we're going to recap everything. By those angels, okay, preparing the kings of the east, all right, being released in the Euphrates, okay, so that they can, to slay third part of men, all right. What's that talking about, man? That's talking about, okay, the Russians being prepared, who are known as the Medes, all right, to start, okay, to bring about Slovakia, nuclear war, World War III, man, all right? Because first, World War III is going to start out first, you know, ground forces. You're going to see Russia and America getting on, fight warplane, foot soldiers, all right? But then it's going to get to a point where it's going to go nuclear, and that's going to be the times that we're going to be living in, all right? Because we're living in time of when nuclear war is going to kick off. During World War III, man, all right? Because World War III is going to start. It's going to bring about Slovakia nuclear war. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Well, this is, let me start at Isaiah 13:1, because who is this talking about? The burning of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Right. So this is talking about Babylon, okay, which is America. Modern day Babylon is modern day America. Jumping down to 17. Excuse me. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Right. You're not going to be able to pay off the Russians with your gold and silver, America, right? Because these Russians are nationalists. They actually care about their people, all right? So for you killing their brethren, okay, their comrades, okay, their citizens, all right, they're going to, okay, go against you full throttle. And that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, because he just said, I will stir up the spirit of the Medes. And he's stirring them up. By what? By making sure you kill these Russians, America. Hey, man, once again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, do not join the American military. Get out while you still can, all right? This ain't your fight. Let these heathens and mainly the Edomites fight each other off, man, because this war is going to happen. The Third World War is going to happen, all right? Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Right, what bow is that talking about that can dash a young man to pieces, all right? That's not talking about an average, okay, an ancient bow and arrow. All right, that's talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay? That's talking about thermonuclear missiles, all right? And it's not far-fetched because the United States military has their own term called broken arrow, meaning that if they're not able to find a nuke, it's known as broken arrow. If a nuke is missing. So, hello? Come on, man. It's not that hard. They even made a movie on it, Broken Arrow, with John Travolta and Christian Slater, man. Come on. All right? So it's talking about nuclear missiles. Because, look, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Right, man. You're going to be obliterated, America. All right? You American peons, man, you have no hope. You have no salvation but a nuclear. Your salvation is fire. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Right. They're not going to have pity on your children that are in the womb of your women. They're not going to have pity on the children that are walking around, little Johnny, little Tommy. All right. They're not going to care. They're going to make sure to launch them intercontinental ballistic missiles because it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, because he is sanctioning it. He's allowing it to happen to destroy your wicked kingdom. All right, America? Because you're the wickedest nation on the planet, and you're going to be judged, man. All right? Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. That's how you know that's talking about America, because Iraq is not the glory of kingdoms. All right? And Iraq, okay, didn't get overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's also not talking about ancient Babylon, because when did ancient Babylon get overthrown by Sodom and Gomorrah? Okay, if you know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, fire hit Sodom and Gomorrah, which wiped that city out clean. Okay, there's still artifacts of ancient Babylon still in that land, okay, over there in what's known as modern day Iraq. And if you do any history of the Babylonians, all right, the Persian Medes is the one that conquered them. Did they have a type of weapon that can overthrow, okay, Babylon, ancient Babylon, with like Sodom and Gomorrah? No, this is talking about America, New Babylon, okay, Mystery Babylon, Salakia, all right? Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Come on, man. You're still having Arabs over there in modern day Iraq, man. You still have the American embassy in Iraq. Come on, man. This is saying never be inhabited from generation to generation. This is a future prophecy which is going to happen now. It's talking about America, all right? When the nukes hit this place. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right, man. All right? Meaning no, Arabians are not going to be able to sell, okay, these Arabs that come here that make money, like the Saudis and all that. They're not going to be able to make money here anymore in America because it's going to be desolate, all right? Verse 21. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Right, man. The only thing that's going to be living there, all right, is owls, okay? Wild beasts, doleful creatures. All right, that's it, man. Verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Right, man, meaning it's not going to be prolonged anymore, because we live in a time of prophecy. 2008 prophecy, man. And these Russians got killed by America, so now they're going to have to retaliate, which is beautiful. All right, World War III is here. You can't stop it, all right? It won't be prolonged no more, because America is going to be overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah, all right? And that's in the Bible, man, all right? And that's why we here at Great Millstone, we got the truth. All you scoffers and pseudo-Hebrew Israelites, you don't got the truth. So you can scoff all you want, all right? But at the end of the day, you're not going to stop, okay, all right, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai, who's dealing, okay, with the men, the apostles of Great Millstone, and those that are in truth and sincerity that are in Great Millstone. Those men, okay, that are in Great Millstone, that are in truth and sincerity, man, all right? Bringing out this word, all right? We live in prophecy, man, come on. All right, what other pseudo-Hebrew Israelite camps are going to bring this out, man, all right? And break it down like we here at Great Millstone? No, all right? That's why, man, once again, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as, hey, You pseudo-Hebrew Israelites, you Israelites, okay, that actually know your nationality, you better come on board with Great Millstone. Come to our doctrine, all right? We have the truth. No other camp has the whole entire truth, all right? It's us here at Great Millstone, okay? Starting with the Apostle Great Millstone. Why? Because the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with them, all right? And with that, Lord willing, that was edifying, so I'm going to recap it one more time. Hey, according to Reuters News, Russians killed in clash with U.S.-led forces in Syria. This came out today, February 12, 2018, all right? The angels in the Euphrates River are, okay, pushing, okay, these nations, all right, mainly America and Russia, for the War of Armageddon, all right? And now the Russians are being stirred up, okay? All right? The kings of the East are being prepared to go attack America. And once Russia starts attacking America, all these other nations are going to follow Russia's suit. And America, no one's going to save you, all right? The only thing you're safe for is fire and destruction. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this word, all right? Constantly edifying, constantly pushing us to make these videos, all right? The water, okay? Those are our spiritual fathers, all right? And salutation to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? We're almost out of here, brothers. As you can see, man, we're getting close. Love you, brothers. Keep fighting. Keep enduring. Okay? Keep pushing. All right? This is 2008, year of prophecy. All right? And the hell with these scoffers and the hell with these Christianity maggots. All right? We got the truth. We know that. We see it. And with that, shalom.